Morocco 1, Scotland 0. Second minute goal by Ismael Saibari, scoring his second goal of this 2026 World Cup early in the match. I think this is the earliest goal of the World Cup so far. I might be wrong. Am I wrong? But I think this is the earliest goal of the World Cup. And basically, setting up the rest of the game, because with Morocco going ahead so early in the match, they could now, control the tempo of the match and, basically, work the tactics out according to, the scoreline, which they went up 1-0. And Scotland didn't really threaten early on in the match. They did come to life a bit in the second half. But even with that being said, they still didn't trouble Yassine Bonu in goal. And I think this is a similar game to the USA-Australia match, where the USA got the goal pretty early, but Morocco got it earlier. And Australia and Scotland, they waited basically until the second half of the match to really show some fight and show some intent. In the first half, they just didn't have that. You see what I'm saying? Maybe it's because of the opponents, the way the opponent was actually playing and went about things. You gotta give USA credit, you gotta give Morocco credit, I think it was just similar games. Very, very, very similar games. But Morocco held on 1-0. They basically played 90 plus minutes without a goal. So the two teams were just scrapping it out for like 90 plus minutes because the goal came so early in the match. Saibari did have a deflected shot that hit the crossbar. Bilal El Khanous had a shot. A few other shots, because Morocco had 12 shots at goal, 3 on target, 1 in the back of the net. So the Angus Gunn didn't really have a lot to do as well. It was just a battle in the midfield where Scotland, in moments, were trying to just keep Morocco at bay, and vice versa. Especially in the second half, where Scotland came out and, enjoyed a lot of possession, but didn't have that creative spark to really trouble the Morocco defense. I think when Ben Doak came on, he brought some life into the, into the team. And I'm kind of curious to why Steve Clark did not start Ben Doak, because he was good in the opening game against Haiti, running up the defense. And I was surprised that he wasn't starting. And for those of you guys who've been following the videos, yeah, change the scenery. I'm in my garage right now, you know what I mean? I'm in the living room sometimes. I'm in the garage sometimes. I'm in the car, so just switching up the venue a bit, you know what I mean? Or the background, But I think Scotland were a bit passive in the first half, and they came out in the second half, just like Australia, played with more aggression, more intent, being physical, and trying to actually take the game to Morocco, who control things. I gotta give a mention, man. I gotta definitely give a mention to Buadi. So young, but yet so mature. His football is so mature, Brahim Díaz with the assist again, with the opening goal, the only goal of the game. Bilal El Khanous with his dynamism. Ashraf Hakimi as well. Mazrui, Issa Diop. The Moroccan team came up big today, big point. Drew against Brazil, defeated Scotland, and more than likely to go on to defeat Haiti. I'm not disrespecting or underestimating Haiti, but Morocco should win that game, and Morocco could possibly go on to top the Group C. Give it up to the Atlas Lions, man. Give it up to them. They do have a new manager, and I'm still familiarizing myself with the name Uwabi. Uwabi. First name Mohammed Uwabi. So yeah, taking over from Walid Regraji. Yeah, I remember that name pretty well because of their run to the semifinal back in 2022. As for Scotland, making it back to the World Cup for the first time since 1998. Unluckily for them, they grouped once again with Brazil and Morocco, teams that they lost to at that World Cup. So they have now lost to Morocco and probably more than likely will lose to Brazil unless they really put up a good fight. But for Scotland, they picked up 3 points. They could go through as one of the better third-place teams if all the rest third-place teams does not do that well. They will be higher up in the pecking order. So the World Cup ain't over for Scotland. They have the third game against Brazil where they have to really, play a lot better. As for Morocco, they're pretty much through to the next round. And could we see another great run maybe to the semifinals again? Or even the finals for Morocco? That would be nice. That would be really, really nice to see. So not much more to add. It was a game where Morocco went ahead and they couldn't capitalize on that lead by scoring another. So kudos to Scotland as well for keeping it down to 1 goal and staying in the match for over 90 minutes. But all credit goes to Morocco for holding on to that lead, seeing off a spirited Scotland team and the Tartan army as well. 12 shots at goal for Morocco, 3 on target. For Scotland, 6 at goal, none on target. They did not test Yassine Bonu enough. Really didn't. 60% of the ball for Morocco, 40% for Scotland. They had most of that possession in the second half. I actually took a screenshot. Because I wanted to use the screenshot as reference for my review video. 37 minutes in, Scotland had no shots at goal. None. No attempts. So that just tells you how the game went. Morocco with that goal, they had they had the goal and they just held it. They held that score line, kept Scotland at bay. It's only until the second half Scotland really showed intent and ventured into Morocco's final third. Well, Morocco's defensive third, Scotland's final third. Not much more to really analyze. It was a scrappy match. Very, very scrappy game. So, let me know your thoughts down below. Brazil playing Haiti. I expect Brazil to smash Haiti to smithereens. And if you predict anything other than a Brazil win against Haiti, you need to go get your head checked. Seriously. But guys, I'm your boy Dom. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. I'm enjoying the World Cup. Hope you are too. And until my next one, peace out. Rich Squad. I think Morocco could make a deep run at this World Cup again. They look good. They look really good.